A very good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Raksha Mantri Nirmala Sitharaman, President of SIDM Baba Kalyani, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to begin by thanking the Minister for a very inspiring talk. In fact, one of the questions that I had in mind, I chose to share with her on how to minimize uncertainty and mitigate risks in the defense, and I think she has done it so well. Thank you, ma'am. Allow me to begin with an anecdote, really. Many years back, 1986, May to December, I was commanding a company on the Siachen Glacier. Those days, we used to be up there for 6 months. The war had just started. We didn't have the kind of clothing and equipment that you see today, and we were shelling the hell out of the enemy. In those circumstances, for some reason, we used to be up there for 6 months. Our commanding officer, for some reason, did not come up. I belong to the Assam Regiment, Northeastern troops. They have their own subtle ways. One of my soldiers from Nagaland asked me, "Saab, ये हमारा CO साहब पतला है कि मोटा है?" That was a very subtle way of telling the company commander, why is this commanding officer not coming? I bring out this anecdote on purpose. The way our minister has been traveling the length and breadth of this country and all the front lines, no soldier, in fact, no countryman dare ask, हमारा रक्षा मंत्री पतला है कि मोटा है? Well, that was on a lighter note. On a more serious note, ladies and gentlemen, I have served 40 years in the Indian Army. I have never seen a minister who has comprehended and demonstrated without any doubt that the nation's military power, while on the one end is, of course, the battlefield, all the high adrenaline over there, but it's at the other end where the dust, dirt, grease, grime, sweat, and before I forget, the brains of the industry that provides the nation its military power. It is fascinating how she has comprehended and how she is taking both the ends of the nation's military power together. If you have been following her schedule, on the 18th of January precisely, she was out there in Rajasthan flying a Sukhoi. On 19th January, she was in Chennai developing vendors for the defense industry. If that is not enough, a day before she came to Lucknow, she was on the high seas, and next day she was in Lucknow in an industry meet. So that's the Raksha Mantri for us. So what an honor, for her that she's been over here, come and spoken to us, given us all this inspiration to go forward. In a span of 6 months, like Baba said, she's come out with a defense production policy. The most striking feature of this defense production policy is the goals are very clear and unambiguous. I agree with you, they are ambitious, and she has given you her measures to achieve such ambitious, timelines with those goals. One point which I wish to flag here, our defense budget is roughly around $60 billion, of which 40% comes for capital procurement, which is about $24 billion. Of that, the point that the minister raised, 60% plus ex-import is simply an unacceptable situation. 60% of $24 billion is roughly $10 billion. This is exactly the math that the industry can turn around and make our nation self-reliant that we've been talking about for the last 70 years. And the timeline, ladies and gentlemen, is not too big. It is by 2025, by which India completes 77. So that's exactly what the nation is looking with a lot of hope at the industry that we have. I'm grateful to you, ma'am, for agreeing to take a few questions. If I may begin by requesting Mr. Jamshed Godrej to kindly raise the question to the Minister.